Hey, welcome. My name is Dave Worland. I'm with Grand Yachts, and we're aboard a Marquis 65 called Site 5. Let me give you a tour. Site 5 Marquis 65 is a 2007. This particular vintage is slightly newer than some others that you might find, has larger windows, letting in more natural light. And this one has lived in its boathouse with this owner and previous owners all its life, which means much shinier gel coat, much better stainless, and generally outstanding cosmetic condition. You'd be forgiven for thinking it's a much newer boat than 2007. Stepping into the salon, I'm going to open the blinds and give us some natural light. This is the salon lounging area, and in addition to being a dining area, this table will go down to cocktail or coffee table level or brought back up to dining table level. These two chairs on the starboard side can come in to fill the space and make this a proper dining area. And then moving into the galley, it's a large enough for two people to work with a full-size household fridge. Storage all through the cabinetry here. On the starboard side, on many of these boats, you would have a dining table with loose chairs. This boat comes with the bar instead. There are two refrigeration drawers and freezer drawers and fridge drawers here, a pantry here. And a wine fridge on the front. If you would have the dining table option, you wouldn't have any of this extra refrigeration or storage. Stepping up into the helm area, we have all our controls easily at hand. The full array of needed controls for safe and enjoyable cruising: autopilot, chart plotter, radar. This screen will also show us cameras, and it can also be moved into a radar as well. The setup is great because you can also have guests joining you as an operator on the port side in this settee. And now from the salon area, we're going to head up to the flying bridge. We're up on the fly bridge now of Site 5. This is for most of your cruising, I would think, is going to be the focal point of lounging and hanging out with your friends and family and guests. A huge settee to accommodate a small crowd, a nice bar set up with a grill, an ice maker, and a refrigerator, along with extra storage. Moving aft, we can walk down to the cockpit, or we can walk aft to the boat deck. The tender would be stored on the boat deck here aft of the flybridge, and then would be lowered up and down into the water using this davit crane with controllers here with the winch. And when that's deployed, the settee also can be used for aft facing lounging, sunset, gin and tonic cocktail hour. Moving back inside. The upper helm area has a duplication of everything that's down below in the lower helm area, including engine controls, switches, navigation, and monitoring systems. One more outstanding feature of the flybridge area is the hardtop and the fully enclosed area, which This area is also air conditioned and heated as needed. Now we're going down back below. Site 5 has a 3 stateroom layout. Each stateroom has its own ensuite head and shower, and we're going to go down there and check them out next. Down in the accommodations area, we'll start forward in the VIP suite. We're in the forward VIP cabin, queen size bed. There is a large cedar lined hanging locker on starboard, as well as a equally sized one on port. And more storage lockers in all these little cubbies for all your guests' things. Climate control for this room. It's got its own dedicated television and stereo system. An overhead hatch for natural light and ventilation, and also an escape ladder. Each cabin also has its own private ensuite head with a shower stall, a basin with storage, and a quiet vacuum toilet. Moving right along, we're going to go from the forward cabin to the master cabin, which is midship. The master cabin also has its ensuite heads on this side and electric blinds like in the salon. I'm just going to roll them up so we can have some natural light in here. Your own entertainment center with Apple TV stereo system. And then his and hers access to the bathroom. There's a toilet on either side with a shower in between. These bathrooms are not symmetrical. This one's larger, and it has a room for a vanity. This one has a sitting area in addition to the vanity and the toilet. Same shared shower and tub with a privacy switch to allow the other side to see through or not. In addition to all the locker storage, we also have a full walk-in closet with laundry. There's a third cabin on the port side with 3 bunks, 2 singles here and a single up top. This folds out of the way when not needed. There's also an insert that can be placed here. It's stored in this locker, and that can make these 2 singles into a fairly large queen. This third cabin has private access to its bathroom, also with a quiet flush toilet and a shower stall. This bathroom can also be accessed directly from the accommodations hallway, so that guests visiting the boat during the day don't need to go through a sleeping cabin in order to access the bathroom. One of the nicest features of any pilot house design is direct access to the side decks and foredecks through a side door. If you're a short-handed operator, this gives you very quick and safe access to the side decks to do a quick adjustment to your fenders or your mooring lines, either on starboard or on port. Also on the foredeck is a sun pad for lounging. 2 large deck lockers here, 1 midge and 2 on either side. We'll open those up and give you a better look. Back in the cockpit area of the boat, we have, as you can see, a gently sloping stairs up to the flybridge. This area can also be fully enclosed, like the flybridge, with these panels that fold down into place when needed. Another sitting area for dining al fresco. And plenty of storage lockers and systems nearby. Warping winches on both port and starboard can be used for towing a larger tender or even raising, with the appropriate apparatus, raising and lowering a prawn trap or a crab pot. Here's with this push button. And more storage in the locker underneath the warping winch. And this is a control station for operating the boat from the cockpit, which can be useful backing into a tight mooring spot or operating the boat from the cockpit while fishing. And of course, if you cruise desolation, you know what this is for. This is a great compact way to take your stern line ashore as a piece of webbing instead of a bulky spool of rope. Into the engine room. This is the crew or utility area. It is set up to carry 1 crew member if you want. There would be a cushion that goes here, and there is a toilet here. But most people, including these owners, have set it up for storage, which you always need more storage on a boat. Behind this locker, we have access to tankage, some electrical components, some plumbing components. The transformers are back there. Underneath the stairs, we can get to the transformers as well as to the steering gear. On the starboard side of the utility room is the generator room. The 27 kilowatt Kohler genset can run all the AC appliances, high load appliances on the boat, including the heat and the air conditioning. Around the corner is the chargers and inverters on the electrical system. This owner has added lots of insulation to the room, as well as an additional muffler to keep the genset as quiet as possible, to the benefit of guests on board and other people in the anchorage that you're in. It made this particular Marquis 65 generator room particularly quiet compared to some of her sister ships. I'm just a few hairs short, literally, of 6 feet. And I have perfectly good standing headroom in this utility room area of the boat, just after the engine room. We're in the engine room. We've got these MTUs, twin 1500 horsepower each, under 1200 hours, in incredibly clean condition, well serviced and well maintained by Tri-Shore Yacht Services here at Reed Point Marina. The electronic and relay switches, when we go from shore power to generator power, this is all automatic. It just switches over from one source to the other. You can see a clean engine room, to me, shows that an owner is taking care of his boat. He's got good people working on it. He's a clean engine room is also an engine room where you can see potential problems and get on top of them before they become more serious. This boat also has the anti-rolling gyro, which is turned off and on at the main helm, at the lower helm, and it is a stabilizing device. A water maker is here. Dual rake-oars to each engine is on the forward bulkhead. The transmissions and the V-drives are in between. I mention all these things so you can see how wonderfully accessible all the systems are for service. And the stand-up engine room, I'm, like I say, barely 6 feet, and I got another couple of inches above me in the engine room as well. Accessing the engine room is normally through the door in the swim grid, but if you're at sea and that's not safe to do so, then we do have another hatch here directly into the cockpit that can be used to go to and from the engine room. We're going to flash up the mains once more. It's all electronic, and once we turn the keys on, these MTU controllers will light up, and when these lights come on and then off again, the engines are ready to start. Take control of the station, watch for traffic, and engage. Of course, you have the option of driving the boat from the flybridge or the lower helm station, the pilot house. You have all the controls and instruments you need for either station, and great visibility even at this lower level. On this boat, when you have your tender with you, you have the option to store it on the boat deck and use the davit to bring it in and out of the water, but you can also, with appropriate fixtures here, you can also use the swim platform to bring it in and out of the water. Whether you keep a tender on here or not, it can be used, this platform can be used to lower into the water. These staples all are removable, and to give swimmers access to the water in a different way that you wouldn't see on other boats. And of course, there's a ladder here to help everybody get back on board safely. So who might enjoy owning and spending time on board this boat? It's a big boat, almost 70 feet long, but it is certainly set up for short-handed operation, and a cruising couple with a little experience and or a little training can easily manage this boat in and out of the smallest, tightest marina space. Of course, it has the space for a large group of friends, family, extended family. You'll never know who's going to come to the table when you tell them you've just bought this boat.